我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕。我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕。我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。Hi, good morning everyone. Wow. It's Friday morning again. And welcome to my Facebook Live again. That is on Secrets Revealed series, Techniques to Solve Tax Audit Issue. Yes, welcome all of you. I can see more and more people are now coming in, joining my Facebook Live already. And I know you all are, waiting for this session to start, right? Because you want to learn more secrets, more techniques on how to solve tax audit issues. But don't worry, we're going to start at 11 o'clock later. We're going to start at 11 o'clock sharp. So, don't worry, just stay tuned here. But you help me do one thing. You know what? Help me to share this Facebook Live out. You know why? Because today we have lucky draw. Yes, we have lucky draw today. That means if you just share this Facebook Live out, just share this Facebook Live out by just tapping the share button. Now, if you're viewing it from a phone, there's a share button at the bottom. Tap the share button. Or if you are viewing it from a computer, click that share button. Yeah. Once you have shared out this Facebook Live, tag 3 friends. Just tag 3 friends, and you will stand a chance to win one of the 3 tickets to our tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit. Yes, you are right. By just sharing this Facebook Live out, then tag 3 friends in the comment box. You will be able to win, right? You stand a chance to win 3 tickets. We have 3 tickets over here, right? It means we are selecting 3 winners for our tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit. So share this out right now, and we will start at 11 o'clock, right? So right now, share this out so that your friends, your family, your business partner can still come in and learn this together with you. All right. So I will see you at 11 o'clock. Yeah. So take this opportunity right now to start sharing this Facebook Live. Okay. I will see you at 11 o'clock later. All right. I'll see you soon.
你可以勇敢地往前冲吧，有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量。我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢地往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达是那。
Hi, everyone. Good morning. A very good morning to all of you. Wow. I can see more and more people are right now coming into our Facebook Live session. Yes, I can see more and more people right now in the Facebook Live session. And I know you are eagerly waiting to learn my secrets, my techniques on how to solve tax audit issues, isn't it? Yeah, I know you want to learn that. But you know what? Since we still have a few more minutes because we're going to start at 11 o'clock sharp. Yeah, we are going to start at 11 o'clock sharp. There are still a few more minutes right now. So help me do one thing in this few more minutes. That is to share this Facebook Live out. Yes, share this Facebook Live out with your friends, your family, your business partner, business associate. Why? Because today, only today, if you share this Facebook Live out and then you tag 5 friends. So, right, just now, I think I said wrongly, right? Tag 5 friends, yeah? You share this Facebook Live out, you tag 5 friends later, you will stand a chance to win one of the 3 tickets to our tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit. Yes, you are right. Yeah, that will be a lucky draw. There will be a lucky draw at the end of the session. It's very simple, very easy to win this 3 tickets. Yeah, there will be 3 winners today. Yeah, just share this Facebook Live out by just tapping the share button. Now, if you're viewing it from a phone, just tap that share button. If you're viewing it from a computer, click that share button. First, share this out to your friends, family, business partner, business associates. Right after you have shared it, tag 5 friends. Yeah, just tag 5 friends into the comment box. Yeah, so once we see that, hey, you have tagged 5 friends already, have 5 names that you have tagged already in the comment box, you will go into the pool. Your name will go into the pool for us to draw a lucky draw winner. There will be 3 winners today, of which you will win a ticket to our tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit. Yes. So if you don't want to miss this golden opportunity to win one of these 3 tickets worth 498 ringgit each, share it out right now. Tag 5 friends. Yeah, we're gonna start at 11 o'clock, so you still have time right now to start sharing with your friends, family, business partner, business associate. Let them come in and learn this techniques to solve tax audit issues together with you. All right, so I will see you at 11 o'clock, just a few more minutes, and we will start at 11 o'clock. All right, so right now, share it out right now, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock.
我相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢地往前冲吧。有想法就有办法，有办法就不用怕，我们一起到达，是 number one， 强大的企业家，超越表现的力量，我们一起到达。企业家，超越表现的力量。
All right. It's 11 o'clock already. It's already 11 o'clock. And as promised, we are going to start our Facebook live session today. That Secrets Revealed series, techniques to solve tax audit issue. Yes, I can see some people have already told me that they have shared, like Apple Hill said that you have shared. Well, Apple, thank you so much. And I can see that Vimala has been sharing. But remember, Vimala, you need to share 5 people. Please tag 5, yeah? Tag 5 friends, yeah? Into the comment box, and you will stand a chance to win one of our 3 tickets here today to our tax audit and investigation webinar. All right, Vivana, I can see you have tagged some people, but please tag 5 people. Tag 5 people. Same with Suki Eng. Thank you so much for tagging your friends, but you need 5 people. Yeah, tag 5 people, and you will be able to stand a chance to win. Yeah, I can see Apple Hill has tagged some people as well. Remember, tag 5 people. Share this out, and you will stand a chance to win this tax audit and investigation webinar. Yeah. And then, of course, Vivian also say good morning to me. Hi, Vivian. Good morning to you. Because Monica has shared out. Chum has shared out. Chum Lily has shared out as well. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. First of all, now, very welcome to our Facebook Live. Yeah. And I will be here sharing with you my secrets. Yes, my techniques to solve tax audit issues. Now, I know some of you may have already followed me like for some time. You know, some of you have been actually, listening to this Facebook Live, every episode. But you know what, right? Today, we are doing episode number 24. Well, you may be wondering, wow, What happened to the previous 23 episodes then? You had already done 23 episodes, and this is already episode 24. Yes, it is already episode 24, and you may thought I have probably missed out, the previous 23 episodes, but don't worry. You know why? Because if you just go to my Facebook page, that is Tax Guru Zen Chow Facebook page, you will be able to find all the previous 23 episodes. So they're all there for you to go back and look at them, not to watch them. All right. So, but of course, those that join us right today, of course, you have the privilege, right, of asking questions, because it's all Facebook Live is all about, live interaction, right? You can ask me questions and I'll be answering to you. Now, to those that actually join us for the very first time, I know there are probably some first timers today. Now, let me just start off, to do more interaction by asking all of you, how many of you here are actually first timers? If you're a first timer, can you just put number 1? Put 1 into the comment box. Just type 1. Yeah, just type 1 into the comment box just to let me know that you are a first timer. That means, you are joining this session, this Secrets Revealed session for the very first time. So how many first timers are there? Now, if you are a first timer, please put number 1. Put number 1 into the comment box so that I know you are a first timer. Okay, I just want to gauge how many first timers are there, because they are now close to 200 people already. More and more people are coming in already. So how many first timers are there? Now, of course, while you are tagging your friends, sharing out, please remember, just share out today's Facebook Live. Just share out today's Facebook Live. Thereafter, you can tag 5 friends. Tag 5 friends into the comment box by just tapping the share button, or clicking the share button, and you will stand a chance to win one of the 3 tickets. There will be 3 winners today to win our tax audit and investigation webinar. All right, that's worth 498 ringgit. I'll be doing a lucky draw at the end of the session, so stay tuned until the end of the session. I'll be doing a lucky draw. All right, I can see a lot of first timers already. First timers are responding to me already, like Evelyn, like Eileen Ting, like Chan WS, Grace Wong, Izati, Vimala, Sin Yok Pong, Joey Ang, Tam Po Yin, and Glowy Lu. Is that how I pronounce your name? Now, and also Calvela also, joining first time. Now, those who are joining for the very first time, you probably, do not know who I am. You probably know, okay, I know you are Zen Chow, but people call you the tax guru. Now, the fact is that, what people call me is tax guru, but I'm actually the tax director, as well as the head of tax department in YYC Group. Now, you may be asking, who's YYC then? Who's YYC? Now, let me just take this opportunity to quickly explain to you, right, or bring you through who YYC is. Now, YYC is actually an accounting and advisory firm. We were established since 1974, and our brand promise is to empower entrepreneurial success. Now, of course, we have our vision and mission. Our vision is we want to be the number one world-class accounting and advisory firm in Asia. Of course, our mission is more important, because our mission is that we want to unleash, your potential. We want to inspire everyone, right, including you. We want to inspire you, to overcome your odds so that you can unleash your potential and find fulfillment in life. That's a very great mission, isn't it? But of course, to do all this, we have to uphold 3 very important promises. Now, what are the 3 important promises that we have? First, we want to share expertise. Now, why do we do this Facebook Live? Why do we want to share our secrets, our techniques to all of you? Because that's one of our brand promises. We want to share expertise. We want to also show proactive care, to everyone, especially our client. Not just normal care, but proactive care, And we want all our our clients to have the most positive experience ever. Now, you may think YYC is probably just a normal accounting firm out there, which is not true. Because you see, a normal accounting firm would probably only have compliance service, which is the audit, tax, accounting services. But we have much more than that. Why? Because we also have our advisory services, like, tax advisory, share structure, corporate finance, valuation, or even cloud and digital transformation. Yes, we even have that as well. And we also have our very own business school. That means we hold a lot of webinars, talks, seminars from time to time. We also serve, international firms or overseas firms through our global business services. Like, we do outsource accounting, outsource bookkeeping, outsource payroll, etc. So these are all the services provided by YYC. So if you say, wow, one of the services here I'm pretty interested, No, just drop us a message. Drop us a message. Our professional team will get in touch with you very soon, right? Just to let you know more, yeah? Now, of course, like I said, YYC was established since 1974. So we are turning 47 years old this year, and we call ourselves an international firm here. Yes, we are not just in Malaysia. We're also in Singapore with more than 800 employees, more than 20,000 clients, and we have trained more than 130,000 participants through all our workshops, because we have done more than 5,000 workshops right now. All right. Now, all these are the awards given to YYC all these years. All right. Now, so like I said, YYC is not just having presence in Malaysia. We also have branch in Singapore. But of course, in Malaysia, our branches will be in Kuala Lumpur. Our headquarters is in Kuala Lumpur. And we have branches in Selangor as well, in Johor, as well as in Penang. Yeah. All right. Now, so whenever I come to this part, I always like to be more interactive, because that's what Facebook Live is all about, isn't it? Yeah. So maybe I can just ask some of you here, who are viewing the Facebook Live right now, almost 200 people right now, right? Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you viewing this Facebook Live from? You can just tell me like which state you are from, or which town, or which city you're from. Now, if you want to be more specific, say if you're from Kuala Lumpur, you want to be more specific, which area in Kuala Lumpur are you from? You can just tell me where you are from, just to let me gauge here. Out of this close to 200 people right now, where are you viewing this Facebook Live from? Yeah, tell me which state, or which town, or which city, or which area, if you want to be more specific. Yeah, like which part of KL you're from. Okay, I can see people like Kezia. Kezia is responding already. Kezia says Kezia is from Kajang. Yeah, from Kajang, Selangor. And I also have Vivian Lee, also from Kajang. Wow, today we have people from Kajang. Yeah, come viewing here. All right. I miss Kajang satay so much. Seriously, I really miss Kajang satay, but due to the lockdown, right, we cannot travel to Kajang. Oh, I have Sin Yuk Pong from Ipoh, Perak. Okay, wow, someone from the north already. Tilaka is from PJ, Selangor. Elaine is from Kepong, KL. Chong Siu Yen is from Sungai Buloh. Then I have Joey. Joey is from JB. Wow, all the way down south. From Johor Bahru. Evelyn is from Cheras. Nurudiana from Puchong. And then I have Vimala from Puchong as well. Rebecca from, Sabah. Rebecca is from East Malaysia. Nur Amelina is from Putrajaya. Elaine from JB. Pong Po Yi from Damansara. Well, looks like we have a good mix. Shandy Go from JB. Su Ki Eng is from Butterworth. That's up north again. Yufei just put +1. What does +1 mean? Yeah, Yufei, are you telling me that you're also from, someone from the top, which is Butterworth? I do not know. All right. And one Zafran and April are both from JB. Oh, looks like today we have a very good mix. Huh? We have people from the north, from the south, even from the East Malaysia. Very good. Now, I know you're eagerly waiting for this to start. I know today you come here, you don't just want to come here and chit-chat. You don't want to come here just to tell me who you are, where you're from, right? Because all you want to learn is how to solve tax audit issue, isn't it? You want to learn the techniques to solve tax audit issue. And yes, we are going right into this. But let me just remind you again, we're just about to start right now. So you still have time. To now share this Facebook Live out, right? Share it out by just tapping the share button or clicking the share button. Then tag 5 friends. Now, why is it very important to tag 5 friends? Once you have tagged 5 friends into the comment box, you will stand a chance to win one of our 3 tickets to our tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit. Yes, we will select 3 winners at the end of the session, where you would go into the lucky draw. We will draw 3 winners to win this tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit. Just share this out and tag 5 friends. Yeah, 5 friends, tag it into your comment box. All right. Okay, now let's get things started. I know you are eagerly waiting. Now, today we're going to talk about what issue number 24, episode 24. Now, those that just joined me, you probably may now still ask me that, hey, this is episode 24 already. What about the previous 23 episodes? I missed all the 23 episodes. Yeah, don't worry. All the previous 23 episodes, they are available in my Facebook page. Yes, you just have to go to my Tax Guru Zen Chow Facebook page. You will find all the previous 23 episodes in my videos section. Yes, in my video section. You can view all the previous 23 episodes. But I will always encourage you to come to live session. Why? Because then you can ask questions along the way, and I'll be answering to your questions. That is what Facebook Live is all about, isn't it? Yeah. So today we're going to talk about episode 24. What do we want to discuss? And what issue do you want to discuss? Today we're going to talk about upkeep of premises. Now, those that do business, those that have your own business, you definitely would have, maintenance and upkeep of your business premises, isn't it? So you would always say, hey, if I were to upkeep or maintain my business premises, very main question is, do I get deduction? Do I get a tax deduction when I, spend money to maintain, to upkeep my business premises? Most of you will say, well, definitely can, right? Because I'm maintaining my business. Now, go back to the general principles of deductibility. This is very important. Those that have been following me for weeks now, not just weeks, for months now, you would know I always go back to the general principles of deductibility. Now, if we talk about upkeep of premises, first, the general principle of deductibility is under section 33 bracket 1. Yes, subsection 33 bracket 1 of the Income Tax Act actually says the general principle of deductibility. What are these, what are these principles? We call them conditions for your expense to be tax deductible. First, it must be incurred during that period. Well, incurred would mean, you have really spent money. You have spent money and you have actually, confirmed that you have obligation to pay. You have obligation to pay. So that is incurred. So most probably you will say, well, confirm what? If I get someone to repair something, to maintain something, I will get a bill. When I get a bill, it's obligated to pay, right? It's incurred, right? So most of the time, incurred, not an issue. Then the second condition, it must be an outgoing expense. What is outgoing expense? That means if you have incurred such expense, you need to pay. You need to pay money. You cannot say that, oh, I have incurred the expense, but I don't have to pay. That is not an outgoing expense. But I would say all expenses that you incurred, you should need to pay, right? Even if you do upkeep, right, you need to pay, right? So not an issue. This is not an issue. Then it must be wholly and exclusively for business. Now, this is important. Why? Because when you say I'm upkeeping my premises, when I am doing repair, maintenance of my premises, make sure it is your business premises. Make sure you are incurring all this for your business, because if you're incurring upkeep, maintenance, repair, and you say, I'm repairing my own house, I'm repairing my own house, sorry cannot get deduction that is not for business purpose, right? If you incur for your own house, of course cannot, right? But if you incur it for your business premises, well, that is for business purpose, you should be able to get deduction. That's why it must be wholly and exclusively incurred for your business, right? Not your personal premises, not your own house, right? If you repair your own house, sorry, cannot get deduction one, all right? So this one very important. Then this is utmost important when it comes to upkeep and premises. Why? It must be revenue in nature. Now, what do we mean by revenue in nature? It means it must not be capital in nature. Now, you probably get a little bit confused right now. Hey, just now you say revenue in nature, now you say cannot be capital in nature. What are the differences? Now, revenue in nature means what you spend, your upkeep, your repair, your maintenance, it is for the continuation of your business. It is for the operation of your business. That means you spend money to maintain your business. You are not spending money to buy asset. Yes, if it's capital in nature, you're spending money to buy asset. For example, if you do renovation, you are spending money to buy asset because it is part of your building cost. It's part of your building. So when you spend money and that actually resulted in an additional asset being created, or it is part of your building, when it becomes renovation of your building, that is not revenue in nature. That's capital in nature already. So it has to be revenue in nature before you can get deduction. Now, I know some of you may say, hey, so if it's renovation, then how? I can't get any deduction, is it? No. Let me just tell you one more thing. At the end of the session, there will be another bonus session. Yes, today I have bonus session for you because we're going to talk about renovation expenses, and there is a way to get a special deduction for renovation also. But that, I will keep it to the end, Now, after revenue in nature, the most important thing is it must be in the production of gross income. So this is very important because whatever you spend, if you do maintenance, if you do upkeep, right, it must incur for you to generate more income. Yes, that means when you spend money to maintain your business, to repair your business, it is to make your business able to generate income. So that is what we mean by in the production of gross income. Yeah. And when I say in the production of gross income, it means you must have been generating income already. You are actually generating income, and you continue to upkeep and repair it. If you say, I have not even started generating income, let's say I have purchased a shop lot, I haven't even started using the shop lot to do anything, and I start doing some repair, that is not allowable. That is not deductible because the shop lot is not helping you to generate income yet. Yeah, it must be in the production of gross income. That means you are actually generating income already, and you continue to maintain it, upkeep it. All right. Now, so these are the conditions. So now, if we understand all this, now let's look at this one, which I say very important, utmost important, because a lot of people sometimes will say, I spend money to do upkeep, but if it is a capital in nature, if it's capital in nature, you don't get deduction. See the cross over here, you don't get deduction. It must be revenue in nature, then only you get deduction. That means you under section 33, under section 33, it must be revenue in nature, which is relating to the performance of profit earning operations. Right? It must be relating to like circulating capital. That means it is not a fixed capital. It's not a fixed capital. Only then it becomes revenue in nature. But once it is actually acquisition of a capital asset, if it's like with enduring nature, purchasing of fixed capital, any initial expenses, like I said, you purchase a shop lot, before you even started using the shop lot, you start to do some repair. That is initial expenses. All these are not given deduction under section 39, because that's capital in nature. So you got to always differentiate between these two, But now, let me share you a case. Now you may say, okay, so this is pretty simple. This is pretty simple to understand. But you know what? We have a case over here, of which our client incurred certain expenses for upkeep of premises. But when they got audited, by the Inland Revenue Board, something happened. They could not get deduction. So we have to share you a case. And this case is like this. Now look at this case. This is a real case. This is a real case of which we help our client. Because you see, the whole Facebook Live session is about how do we help our client to solve tax audit issues, right? We use our techniques to help them to solve tax audit issues. So look at this case. This happened to one of our clients, which is principally involved in the business of restaurant operator. So they are doing restaurant business. Okay, so when you have a restaurant, of course, you need to upkeep the restaurant, right? You need to maintain, you need to repair the restaurant, isn't it? So in year 2018, the client incurred 99,000 ringgit, 99,005 ringgit to be exact, all right, for the upkeep of the restaurant, okay? But 90% of the payment, right, was actually paid to a related company. We call it Ace and Rem Berhad. So this related company is called Ace and Rem Berhad. So it means this client of ours, they have incurred 99,000 for upkeep. But 90% of them is actually paid to a related company to do the upkeep. Now, you probably would have sensed some problem, right? But let's see what's the problem later, Of course, you may ask, why do they want to use this company A? Why do they want to use company A to do all this? Okay, because company A is a procurement hub. It's a procurement hub for the client. So when the client uses company A to buy materials or to buy things, for the upkeep, they can enjoy lower prices. And this is beneficial. This is beneficial to the client. So instead of the client buying directly, they use their procurement hub, which is a related company, company A, to purchase certain things for their upkeep. For their upkeep. So now, is this a problem? Let's look at what the Inland Revenue Board says. Now, when the Inland Revenue Board came, they audited this company and they issued they raised some issues. Now, what were the issues being raised by the Inland Revenue Board after this audit on this upkeep of premises? They say they suspect the cost for the upkeep of restaurant were actually renovation costs. Why? They said, right, these upkeep were incurred in the first year of commencement. Now, I told you, right? I said, hey, before you even start generating income, or if it is an initial repair, it could be called capital expenditure, right? So if it's capital expenditure, that means it could be renovation. Renovation is not deductible, it's not deductible. So the Inland Revenue Board say, hey, you did all this upkeep, you did all this repair and maintenance in your first year of commencement. So I am of the view, the Inland Revenue Board say, I am of the view that this could be renovation costs. This could be not just an upkeep for the maintenance of business, but it is actually capital in nature. Now, this is what the Inland Revenue Board says. And they also say, hey, 90% of your payment, yeah, were paid to a related company, you know, right? So we think this could be not genuine. Let's say that you must have been, you know, creating some fictitious payment, simply just paid out certain money, you know, to your related company and call it upkeep of your premises, upkeep of your restaurant. So we think this is suspicious. This could be, you know, not genuine. And if it's not, you know, for your maintenance, right? If it's a fictitious payment, then it's not incurred wholly and exclusively in the production of gross income anymore. So what happened then? When the IRB says this, they added back the whole 99,000. They disallowed the whole amount of expenses incurred. They said, because this expense is not really, you know, for your upkeep and it's fictitious, so I'll add back. I don't allow this as deduction. Hey, imagine close to 100,000, you know, close to 100,000 worth of upkeep, everything added back, yeah, everything added back close to 100,000, yeah, right? This is the real case, yeah, and that actually made our client pay another 20 over 1,000 tax plus a penalty of 10 over 1,000. So we are talking about like 30 over 1,000 worth of tax and penalty that has to be paid, you know, another 30 over 1,000 that has to be paid. So you see, what did the Inland Revenue Board say now? This is exactly what they said. They said, you have claimed upkeep of restaurant worth 99,000, yeah? And they say, well, generally it will be allowed, yeah? But this is your first year. This is your first year that you have commenced your business. So I say, most probably, this could be renovation, yeah? Probably, I think your upkeep, yeah, your repair and maintenance, yeah, your repair and maintenance could be renovation instead of just the genuine repair. And furthermore, they say, well, all your 99,000 are all small amount. Yeah, most of them are actually, you know, below 1,000. Yeah, but 90% of them are actually paid to a related company. Right, 90% of them are actually paid to a related company. Of course, we have to hide the name. So the Inland Revenue Board disallowed the whole thing. They say this is suspicious. I don't allow it. So you see, this is what the Inland Revenue Board would think, you know. When you spend money, you know, in your first year of commencement, when you pay money to your related company, they disallowed it. Of course, the client came to us then and say, hey, I really spend money in upkeeping, in the maintaining, you know. But now the Inland Revenue Board says it's disallowed. What can I do? Of course, we tell the client, don't worry. Don't be panicked. Don't worry. Let us look at your case. Let us analyze your case and see if there's anything that we can do. Yeah, so we went in. We analyze, yeah, as usual, because we want to help the client, right? We want to help the client to solve the tax audit issues, right? So we went in, we analyzed the expenses, and we found out, hey, out of the 99,005 ringgit, only 6,526 to be exact. It's very exact because it's a real case, right? So I have to tell you the exact amount. Yeah, only 6,526 was actually capital in nature, which is the POS system, yeah, the point of sale system, yeah. That point of sale system, yes, it is capital in nature. It is not really upkeep, but having said that, this POS system also can claim capital allowance, yeah, right? You can still claim capital allowance for this, yeah. But of course, you cannot get a direct deduction. So this 6,500 plus, yes, it's capital in nature. The balance of 92,000 plus, yeah, it's actually for the operation of the restaurant. It's really for the upkeep and maintenance, like purchasing of disposable utensils, tissue papers, straws, you know, etc. So all of these is actually for the upkeep and maintenance of the restaurant. When you run a restaurant business, you need to have all this, right? And all this would definitely be wholly and exclusively incurred for business purpose. So we did the analysis. We tell the Inland Revenue Board, hey, I know it's first year of commencement, but you can't say that because it's the first year of commencement, I can't buy utensils, I can't buy tissues, I can't buy straw, right? I have to buy all these, right, to maintain my business, right? So we did the analysis. We tell them clearly, you know, what is actually cost, what is actually capital. This is capital, 6,500 plus is capital. But the rest of the 92,000, they are all revenue in nature. Now, but we still have not solved one problem. They said you pay to a related company. This could be fictitious. Of course, then we tell the client, we say, hey, look at this. Company A is our procurement hub. But reason why we need to get company A to buy is because they can get a lower price. They are the procurement hub. They have relationship. They can get a lower price. If the restaurant is going to buy directly, they're going to pay higher, right? So it makes economic sense. It make economic sense to get the procurement hub to buy. So we say, hey, the upkeep is genuine. The company A is actually our procurement hub. And most importantly is when we get company A to buy and then sell to this client, yeah, which is a restaurant, hey, there is a margin one, you know. This company A will still make a margin one, you know. And company A reported all these sales into its income tax return form. Yes, we even show the Inland Revenue Board. Look at the company A's audited report and tax computation. Company A did report this as sales, yeah, because they purchase as a procurement hub and then they sell it to our client. Of course, the client purchased it and put it as upkeep, and this company A actually reported all this as their sales in their income tax return form. So we gave them the audited report, the tax computation of company A. We also show them the invoice from company A, all the payment proofs and bank statement, just to show that, you know, money has been paid. So with all these, it shows what? Everything is genuine. Everything is genuine. There's no hanky-panky. The upkeep is genuine, right? The payment is genuine, and everything makes business sense. Yeah, put it this way, everything makes business sense. So after explaining all this, of course, what happened? The Inland Revenue Board dropped the issue. Yeah, Inland Revenue Board dropped the whole issue, and the client does not have to pay that 20 over 1,000 tax plus another 10 over 1,000 of penalty, 30 over 1,000 of tax and penalty. They save that 30 over 1,000 ringgit because we came in, we do analysis, we help the client. See that? So what's the rationale behind? Now always look at the rationale. The rationale is, now as long as the upkeep of premises were incurred wholly and exclusively in the production of gross income, that should be deductible. And this upkeep of premises, it's definitely not capital in nature except for the post system. Yeah, except for the point of sale system, yeah, that is capital. Yeah, the point of sale system is capital. But the rest, they are not. Yeah, they are not revenue in nature. So they're not capital. They're revenue in nature. And we justified this by using a matching concept, yeah, saying that, hey, you know, these client paid company A has actually reported the sales. Yeah, we have proven that the sales were genuine because they reported in the tax return. See that? So with this rationale, we are able to drop the issue. Now, of course, the 6,000 plus we couldn't drop. The 6,000 plus, it is still added back in the end. But 6,000 plus, the tax effect is not great. Yeah, so 6,000 plus is okay, but you still get to claim capital allowance. But the rest, everything would be, you know, drop and you can claim deduction. So you see, what's our advice to you? And our advice to you is very simple. Remember, do not create fictitious payment. This is very important, yeah, because if you create fictitious payment to related company, it will be discovered by the Inland Revenue Board. So never do that. And then, of course, identify properly whether the expenses are revenue in nature or capital in nature. You got to identify this because I always told you, right? Revenue in nature, yes, it will be deductible, but capital in nature, you can't get deduction. Yeah, you cannot get deduction. Well, you may be able to claim capital allowance, but you cannot get a tax deduction. And ensure all documentations are available there to justify the purpose of expenses, like your invoice. If there's any agreement, please have any agreement. Payment proof. Yeah, that's very important to show that you have indeed incurred and you have indeed paid. Yeah, so this is our advice to you. All right. Now we have a bonus session. Now remember just now I told you, right? I said I want to do bonus session. Okay. Now before we go into the bonus session, let me just remind you again. Yeah, we still can allow you to now share this Facebook Live out. You can still now tap the share button or click the share button, share the Facebook Live out, and then tag 5 friends. Remember, yeah, share this Facebook Live out by just tapping the share button or click the share button, right? Then share it to 5 friends. I mean, tag 5 friends, yeah. Once you have tagged 5 friends into the comment box, you will stand a chance. You will stand a chance to win one of our tickets. We have 3 winners today. We're going to select 3 winners at the end of this session. We have a lucky draw session, and you will stand a chance to win one of the 3 tickets to our tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit each. Yes, each ticket is worth 498 ringgit. So you just have to share this out, tag 5 friends into the comment box. Once we have seen that you have tagged 5 friends, we'll put your name into our pool. and you will run right in this. You stand a chance you'll be running for this lucky draw to win one of the 3 tickets to our tax audit and investigation webinar with 498 ringgit. So you can still do it right now if you have not done it, because we're just entering the bonus session now. What do I want to explain to you in the bonus session? Now, just like I already told you, right, what's the difference between revenue and capital? Now, when it comes to repairs, when it comes to upkeep of premises, now this is actually explained in this public ruling. This public ruling 2019, number 6, 2019, it explains, revenue in nature, what is allowable. Things like repair, repair that restores the asset back to its existing condition, allows the businesses to continue. Replacement, just replacement of part of the asset only, part of the asset. Or if you replace or renew certain utensils or articles with lifespan not more than 2 years, all of these deductible. But if it's capital in nature, they're not allowed as deduction. For example, if you repair or you replace, but there's an element of improvement, right? When there's an element of improvement, you cannot claim deduction already because it becomes renovation. You cannot claim deduction. Or initial repair. Once you have acquired an asset, you immediately repair it. That is initial expenditure. That is also cost of the asset. You can't get deduction. Or if you replace the whole asset. If you replace the whole asset, definitely it's capital in nature because you're buying a new asset, right? You're not actually repairing it. So always differentiate these two, because I'm telling you how to differentiate capital and revenue so that you know which one can get deduction, which one cannot, and may be able to get capital allowance only. Now, but the other bonus that I want to tell you today is this one. Now, I know some of you will say, hey, now you say that if I do renovation, I cannot actually claim. I cannot claim deduction. So it's a waste. I spend money, do renovation. I spend so much to do renovation. But in the end, I don't actually get to claim. So I have a good news for you. Yes, I have this good news for you. You know what? There is this gazette order that has been issued. PU 381/2020. PU 381/2020. This gazette order says, even if you do renovation, which is actually capital in nature, you could still get deduction. But how? There must be conditions, right? Because this is a special rule. This is a special income tax rule. Let's look at this. This rule is effective from year of assessment 2020. This is called the Income Tax Cost of Renovation and Refurbishment of Business Premise Rules 2020. Now, this rule says what? It's effective from 2020, and it says if you incur cost of renovation and refurbishment. Now, if you incur cost of renovation and refurbishment, if you incurred it for your business premises, now, very important here, you must incur renovation for your business premises, not your personal premises, not your house, not your condominium, and not premises that you spend money for renovation, then you rent out. Now, if you rent out, it is not your own business premises. It must be your own business premises. You use it for business purpose. Including, now let me tell you, including if you rent a business premises, it's not yours, but you have to do renovation. Now, even if you have to do renovation on business premises that is not belonging to you, but you use it for your own business purpose, right? Yes, you can still qualify for this. So the key point here is you spend renovation on your business premises used for your business, all right? Not rented out on then you can get a special deduction. But your renovation costs must be all stated in your first schedule, not in the second schedule. Now, those in second schedule cannot. So I'll show you later what is first schedule, what is second schedule, And there is a time frame to this. Now, listen carefully, there's a time frame. You have to spend this, you have to do this renovation between 1st of March 2020, last year, 1st of March, until end of this year, 31st December 2021. So only renovation incurred between this period, 1st of March 2020 until 31st December 2021, end of this year, you can get this, And you need an external auditor to certify that. Now, you may ask me then, where do I find external auditor? Well, of course, if you have your own auditor, you can always approach your auditor, or you can approach us, YYC. Well, YYC is definitely, an accounting and advisory firm, right? We have our auditor. We have our auditor. You can always, approach us and let us do the certification for you if you want to, right? If you want to know more, just drop us a message. Just PM us, drop us a message, and we will tell you more how to do this. Now, what is in first schedule? Okay. Now, if you spend money for renovation, like electrical installation like a lighting, gas system, kitchen fittings, fixed partitions, wall coverings, flooring, all these renovations over here, all that you see over here in this first schedule, right? If you spend for these, and if it is incurred again, incurred between 1st of March 2020 until 31st December 2021, until end of this year, right? You can get a special deduction up to 300,000. There's a limit, up to 300,000. All right. But if you spend money on these things like designer fee, professional fee, purchase of antique. Now, I know some of you, right? You may say, when I do renovation, I need to pay designer's fee, what? I need to pay professional fee for some architect, what? Sorry, those architectural fee, those designer fee, or even purchase of antique, you don't get special deduction. You don't get special deduction. So what you will get is a special deduction of up to 300,000. Yeah, up to 300,000. Yeah, for renovation expenses incurred between these dates. So now these will be the conditions. Now look at these conditions very carefully. Yeah. So you say I spend money on renovation already. Yeah. I spend money on renovation as per the Schedule 1 already. Yeah. I must also ensure that these renovations is incurred within 1st March 2020 until 31st December 2021. Yeah, which is until end of this year. The premises renovated must be for your business purposes. You cannot rent out, please. You don't rent out. If you rent out, it's not for your own business. It is for your own use. And it doesn't mean it must be your own property. You can rent a property. You can be the tenant, but you renovate, but it's for your business purpose. That also gives you special deduction. And you can claim up to 300,000 for this entire period. From this entire period, from 1st March 2020 until 31st December 2021, you have up to 300,000 to claim this special deduction. Yeah. And this deduction will be given, you'll be given a deduction against your adjusted income, because when you have business, you have adjusted income. When you run the business, you have adjusted income from your business. You can actually reduce your adjusted income. But of course, if you say, oh, this kind of renovation, if I already claim, allowable expenses under Section 33, when it is actually revenue in nature, I can claim already, then of course you don't double claim this, because if you have already claimed deduction under Section 33, it is revenue in nature. You don't claim this special deduction anymore. You cannot. Or if you say, hey, what if I spend on certain capital expenditure that I actually already claimed capital allowance? For example, I buy furniture, I already claim capital allowance. Of course, you don't get another deduction over here. Yeah. So if you have already claimed deduction, if you have already claimed capital allowance, you don't get this deduction anymore. Yeah. All right. There's no double claim over here. Yeah. Right. So all of these are the conditions. So if you fulfill the conditions, make good use of this special deduction, because you have until end of this year, you can still make good use. All right. Now, having said that, you see, I know a lot of you always have this problem. You will always say, hey, you know what? This is very useful. You tell me what is deductible, what is not deductible, how to qualify for deduction. You explain to me the condition. But many people would always have this issue of not knowing when would my expenses be deductible? When would they be added back? When would they not be deductible? And I would not know how to save more tax because I do not know what is deductible. And you know what? We have just launched this. We have just launched this tax pod. What is tax pod? POD. Tax Professionals on Demand. We have just launched this Tax Professionals on Demand, of which we have a lot of videos. We have a lot of, see, like one of these you can see here, not upkeep and renovation. We did talk about upkeep and renovation also. Yeah, we talk about all types of tax matters, tax issues. Yeah, of which you can learn how do you get deduction from all these kind of tax expense, or all these kind of expenses. Yeah, a lot of tax issues are in there for you to learn how to maximize your tax savings, how to get deduction for all this. And right now, because we have just launched, right, you can get a special promotional offer. Now, you want to know what is the special promotional offer? I don't want to tell you right now. You can go to this link. Yeah, go to this link. That is the bit.ly/YYC TaxPod24. Yeah, bit.ly/YYC TaxPod24. Or you can see that right now, my colleague will be putting up the link. We'll be putting up the link in the comment box. Yeah, it'll put up the link in the comment box, and you can just click the link, go there, register your interest first. Register your interest to find out more about this tax pod, and we have special promotional offer for you. Yeah, it's just because we have just launched this. Yeah, and in there you see a lot of videos of which I will be telling you how to maximize your tax savings, how to know when will it be deductible, when will it be not deductible. You know, they are all in our tax professionals on demand. All right, you want to know more about this, go to bit.ly/YYC TaxPod24, or you will see, you know, a link that my colleague will put up. Yeah, then you can click that link and you will get all the professional promotional offers. Okay, all right, so today it's great that I have shared all these with all of you. I've shared with you, you know, how do we help our client to solve the tax audit issue, you know, the upkeep of premises, yeah? How do we help them to analyze and help them to save the tax and penalty? 30 over 1,000 ringgit, you know, of tax and penalty, you know, we help them to save that. And of course, we have a bonus session as well to tell you, you know, more about how do we differentiate, you know, whether it is a revenue or revenue in nature or capital in nature, you know, we put that in. And of course, we also give you that special deduction rules on your renovation. Now, if you've got any questions, if you've got anything that you want to understand more, you know, about today's topic, about today's upkeep of premises, feel free to put into the comment box. Yeah, feel free to put your question in the comment box, and I will be, you know, telling you more. I'll be telling you more. Yeah, but of course, if you want to know more about our tax pod, our tax professionals on demand, you know, you can see the link in our comment box right now. You can just click that link. Right, go to bit.ly/YYC TaxPod24, or you know, then you can register your interest, yeah, and you will find out more about this tax pod. We have special promotional offer for you, all right? Because we have just launched it. And for you who are viewing our Facebook Live right now, we have special offer for you. Okay, all right, I have got the first question already. All right, the first question comes from Pang Po Yi. So let me just put this up. Pang Po Yi is asking, is repair incurred on staff hostel deductible? Now, Po Yi, if this is your staff hostel, it is actually your company's premises, right? I mean your company's asset. Yeah, if it's your company's asset, it goes into your company's fixed asset, and then you treat this asset as your staff hostel. Yeah, of course, repairing of staff hostel is deductible. Why? Because the staff hostel is used for the running of your business expenses, right? So when you incur repair for your staff hostel, it is actually incurring costs to maintain your whole business. Yeah, because if your staff cannot stay in the hostel, they can't help you, right? So in repair on the staff hostel, yes, that is tax deductible. No problem with that. All right. I have another question. Let me put this up. First, Vinci Tay is asking, is First Incorp company entitled to claim the 300,000 renovation? Now, very good question, yeah, Vinci. Because just now when we talked about this business special deduction for the renovation, 300,000, right? We said you must incur it for renovation for business premises, used for business, right? Used for business. So if you say I have incurred, you know, I have started my business. I have already got my business premises. I have incurred a new company. I've got my business premises. I have already started running my business using this business premises. Now I want to improve my business premises better. I want it to be even better. So I do some renovation on my business premises. Then I will say, yes, you can. You can claim these 300,000. But now listen to this. If you say I incorporate my company, I have not started business. I have not started business at all. But before I start business, I need to do renovation, right? I have to do renovation for my business premises, right? That one, unfortunately, cannot. Unfortunately, that one you cannot claim. Why? Because that business premises has not been used in the production of gross income. So you must have started using it already, running business already. Then you say, I want to enhance it, make it better, make it nicer. Then that one would qualify for the 300,000 special deduction. Yeah, Vinci, hope that answers to you. All right, the other one is Precious, right? Precious Jewel is asking this question. Kindly advise, should the renovation cost charged to P&L instead of capitalized to get the deduction? Now, Precious Jewel, renovation should always be capitalized, right? Don't get influenced by that special deduction. Yeah, even though you get a special deduction, you should still capitalize it first into renovation. But if it qualifies for the special deduction, we can just give you a special deduction. In other words, when we do tax computation, we say this is allowable expenses not included in P&L. Yeah, you can capitalize it, but for tax purpose, we will still give you deduction. All right. Now, next question is from Zomok Fong. Zomok Fong is asking if the renovation paid by credit term, let's say the building date is 31st December 2021, but how to claim special deduction? Please advise. Now, Zomok, the point here is you must have incurred. Now, incurred would mean you have obligation to pay. If you say the invoice is dated 31st December, the incurrence date is actually 31st December. It has already been incurred, right, on the 31st December. Even payment has not been paid, right? It's okay. You can still claim the special deduction already. You can still claim because what we need is incurred, not paid. Yeah, not paid. That is incurred. So if you say, well, I have the bill 31st December, I can claim already. No problem. Yeah, even though it's not paid yet. Yeah, because you have credit term, right? No problem. All right. Eric Ng is asking, when LHDN in their tax audit request for creditor ledger, creditor aging report, what are they looking for? Or what are their objectives? Wow. This one, Now, I know, Eric, you probably would have experience, or encountered tax audit before, right? Where the Inland Revenue Board asks you for creditor's ledger, right? Usually, when they ask for creditor ledger, there are two things they're looking at. First, do you make payment or not? Because if you don't make payment, let's say you have a creditor, but you don't make payment for very long, on an aging report also given, right? For 2 years, 3 years, you don't make payment. Hey, is this a real creditor? Is this a real purchase? Because if you have not purchased something, this creditor, you don't have to pay one. You create a fake creditor, right? So they look at the agent to see, hey, are you really having a real creditor or not? Let's look at how long have you delayed the payment. If you say, oh, everything is okay, I pay my creditor like as and when, I need to make payment, that the no creditor is there for many years, then of course no suspicious, right? Then the second thing is when they look at creditor ledger, these are your supplier, right? These are your supplier. They would also probably look at, hey, if there's a very big supplier, they may go and check the supplier as well. Yes. They get information from your site. They see, hey, this supplier is selling you so much, right? They go and check the supplier. Are they making such sales? Did they actually report such sales or not? Yeah. So there are two things that I'm looking for. All right. So I hope I answered to you, Eric. Yeah. All right. Well, very good. So today looks like we have a lot of questions. Okay. Now I think I have to close the lucky draw already. Yeah. So I think a lot of you have already shared out, and also tagged 5 friends. So we need to conclude here. We need to now put in all the names here, all the names that have already shared out and tagged their friends. We need to put them into the lucky draw pool already, because later I will be drawing the winners, the 3 lucky winners to win our ticket to our tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498. So I will have to close the lucky draw right now, right? So my colleague will give me that list later, of which I will then draw. I will then draw and see who is the winner. But okay, I have more questions. Let me just answer to a few more questions before we do the drawing. I know you can't wait, right, to see whether you're the winner or not. Okay. Eugene is asking, a company incorporate on the 15th of January, but start running operation on the 1st of March. Okay, is the renovation office fittings claimable? We purchase renovation and office fittings after 1st of March. Well, like I said, Eugene, if you have already started running operation on the 1st of March, all the renovation and office fittings, well, they should be claimable, right? Because if you say you purchase it after 1st of March, right, that means you have already purchased your office furniture and fittings. Of course, office and furniture fittings, that one you can claim capital allowance. You claim capital allowance. As for the renovation, if the renovation happened after you have started running your business, that is also okay. You can claim that special deduction already. So, Yuanjin, in your case, no issue. You can claim. You can claim for furniture fittings. You can claim capital allowance. For the renovation, you may be able to claim that 300,000 special deduction. Okay, we have another one from Eric Ng. Sole proprietor and partnership company entitled for the 300,000 renovation or not? Now, let's go back. You see, in this case, it doesn't say it must be a company or what one, It doesn't say that. It says as long as you fulfill all these conditions, which means as long as you say this is for your business purpose, you incur renovation cost for your business premises for business purpose, then you will be eligible. So even if you are a sole proprietorship, you're a partnership, no problem, right? As long as you fulfill these conditions, you can. But remember one thing, because if you're a sole proprietor or a partnership, you don't have your auditor, you don't have an auditor. So please go get an auditor, or you can come to us, you can come to YYC. YYC, we have our auditor. Our auditor would have to certify the cost. We will have to certify the cost to ensure that you incur the cost. It is for your business premises and used for business purpose. So please get an auditor to certify that. All right. Next, we have Pong Po Yi. Pong Po Yi is asking, can we claim special deduction for renovation for new branch of existing business, not new company? Yes, can. You can. If you have existing business, you have already run your business. Now you want to expand your business. Then you go and set up a new branch. Or the renovation for the new branch, yes, it will be eligible for the special deduction because you have already started generating income from your business. So new branch, not an issue. Okay. Then we have Ryan Law. Ryan Law is asking if cost for repairs where old spare parts are already not available in the market. When buying a new spare parts which have improved or upgraded element, will it be deductible? Now, Ryan, if now when you do buy new spare parts, when there's improved and upgraded element, right? This is capital in nature. Like I said, whenever it is an improvement or upgrade, right, it will be capital in nature. When it's capital in nature, well, you either claim that capital allowance, you can claim the capital allowance if you can, or go and see whether you can qualify for the renovation special deduction or not. Yeah, the 300,000. Yeah, because that is capital in nature already. Okay, next is Elaine. Elaine Law say, my company intend to rent a land and build a modular container, yeah, to store increased storage capacity. This setup, the setup of this cost is it can claim the 300,000 capital allowance. Now, you say you rent a land, yeah, to and build a modular container store to increase storage capacity. Now, of course, the renter of the land cannot, right? That one definitely no 300,000 claim. This and furthermore, this 300,000 is not capital allowance, Elaine. Let me tell you, this 300,000 is a special tax deduction. It's not a capital allowance, right? But you see, if I were to build a modular container store, now, of course, over here, I do not know how does it really look like, modular container store. But if you say, if this modular container store is actually something like a building, right, like a building, then, right, if it falls under Schedule 1, now this is Schedule 1, if it falls under these things, yeah, then you get the 300,000 special deduction. But if it doesn't fall under this, yeah, then we see can you claim capital allowance or not? If you also cannot claim capital allowance, then obviously you can't claim anything. So we cannot tell whether it is, whether claimable or not. But Elaine, you know what? If you really want us to study, whether or not this can claim capital allowance or whether this can claim the 300,000 special deduction, right? We can actually do a special assignment, look into your case and see whether it's eligible or not. Now, if you're interested, drop us a message. We can do that special study for you. Okay? All right, then we have Sin Yok Pung. Sin Yok Pung is asking, can this renovation claim against deduction under RPGT when disposal of the asset? Very good question, Sin Yok Pung. Now, every time when we talk about deduction, it's always the same one. RPGT does say this. RPGT says if you have incurred renovation of which you have already gotten deduction, right, under the Income Tax Act, right, you cannot actually put it under RPGT anymore. Obviously, you cannot be so good to have, two things one, how can it be so good? So you see, you claim the special deduction already under this income tax. For RPGT purpose, of course, it will not be included anymore because the RPGT Act says that already. Once you have got deduction under the Income Tax Act for this, you cannot go and say this is actually a cost for your RPGT purpose anymore. Cannot, only one side, all right? Okay, who else? Wow, I've got a few more questions. Okay, I just answer a few more questions, then I probably need to draw the winner. I know a lot of you are waiting to see whether you're a winner or not. Okay, Winnie Chu is asking, company incorporated a few years, but we'll move to second-hand factory soon. Can company claim renovation for the special deduction? Now, if you have already started your business, you go and you want to move to a second-hand factory, that factory is not like entirely new or a new business, but it's your existing business, right? You do renovation for the second-hand factory, yes, you can claim. All right, Michelle is asking, renovation include for renovation in farms? Wow, farms, I would say, well, is farm your business premises or not? Now, farm, unless you say you have a building in the farm. If you say I have a building in the farm, the building in the farm is, of course, my business premises. Then you look back at this first schedule. Are you doing these things? Are you doing these things for the building? If you're doing these things for the building in the farm, then yes, no problem, right? Because your farm is a business and the building in the farm is your business premises. Yeah, all right. So the farm itself is not a premise, right? The farm itself is not, but the building in there is a business, it's a premises. Okay. Apple is asking, may I know if electrical installation for new Incorp can qualify or not? Now, Apple, just now I have already mentioned this. Yeah, if you have not even started your business, right, you now go and do electrical installation for you to start your business later. you cannot claim because you have not started. But if you say, I have already started, say I have started my business, I'm doing business already. Now I want to do more electrical installation, yeah, because I want to improve my business premises further. That one is okay. That means you have to start your business first. Yeah, always start your business first. Okay, SF Chung, for the renovation on the rented premise, must the tenancy agreement be stamped or can be without stamping? Very good question. Now, FS Chung, of course, in the rules, yeah, in this special deduction rules, it doesn't talk about the tenancy agreement whether it should be stamped or without stamping. What is important here is that you must have a valid tenancy agreement. But if you ask me, what is a valid tenancy agreement? We always say if it is stamped agreement, definitely it is valid. If it's not stamped, then it's arguable. It's arguable. So I would say there is no rules that say it must be stamped, but you must have a valid tenancy agreement. Of course, I would encourage it to be stamped. But even though if it's not stamped, if you say this is a very proper tenancy agreement, I would say, yes, you can still go ahead and claim it. All right, because it's not stated in the rules whether the tenancy agreement has to be stamped or not. So last question before I draw, Chai. Wow, is that how I call your name? Chai. Okay, Chai is asking this question. How many percent for the depreciation on renovation? Now, renovation, if you talk about depreciation, it really depends on your accounting rules. But usually people use 10%. Usually. Okay, I'm not saying this is a hard and fast rule. Usually people use 10% for depreciation, right? Even for renovation. But that is really up to, your judgment, your accounting judgment. Okay, but if you say the special deduction, that is not depreciation one. That one you do use percentage. Once you qualify, you straight away get a deduction for the renovation. Okay, all right, so I think I need to go and draw already. Okay, I need to start drawing. Let me just bring up the the lucky draw. All right, I know a lot of people are already there, and have already tagged 5 friends, so I know you're waiting to see whether you're a winner or not, right? So let me get this loaded, and then I will start drawing. I'll show you the wheel, the lucky draw wheel, So let this thing load first. I'm still waiting for this to be loaded, and then I probably would have to share this screen with sound also, so that you will then get to see more exciting, more excitement when you see this with names. All right. Okay. So let me stop share this and reshare. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I'll stop sharing, and then I will reshare, and this time I will share with audio. Okay, cool. Okay, now let me bring out my wheel. My wheel is it's here. Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just click this one first. Okay. All right, I'm bringing out this one. So these are the names. Okay, I hope you all can see. All right, these are the names. These are the people. Well, there's so many of you that have already shared and tagged at least 5 friends. Yeah, at least 5 friends. So I hope you can see your name in there. You can see your name in there, right? So we are gonna draw 3 winners. We're gonna draw 3 winners, to win our ticket to the tax audit and investigation webinar worth 498 ringgit each. All right. So who is the first winner? Let's look at this. I'm very nervous. To see who is the first winner. Could it be you? Could it be your name? Now, if it's your name, once you see it's your name, please drop us a message. After that, send us a message to say that I'm this person. I've won. Please tell us. Yeah, let me see. It's not stopping. Oh my god. And we have. Is it this person? Is it this person? Why is it not stopping? Oh my god. Hey, who's it? Cham Lily. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, the first person to win this is Cham Lily. Okay, Cham Lily, congratulations. Yeah, you have won the ticket to our tax audit and investigation webinar with 498 ringgit. So please drop us a message. To tell you that I'm here, all right? So that we know it's you, and then we will contact you. Yeah, our person in charge will contact you and give you the ticket. Yeah, so we have the first winner already. So let's go to the second person, right? After Cham Lily. Who's the second person? I'm very nervous. Let's look at the second person. All right. Okay, Cham Lily, please drop us a message, Cham Lily, to tell us that you are the winner. Yeah. So let's look at the second person. Who is the second person? Why is this not stopping? Okay, I know you can see the arrow, right? And you say, oh, why is this nothing? Come on, stop, 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 stop. And it's me, but it's like still moving. When it's still moving, that means it's not you, right? And it said, Iftan! Yes, congratulations, Iftan. You are the second winner to our tax audit and investigation webinar. Drop us a message, and tell us that I'm here, I'm the winner, and our team will get in touch with you and give you that ticket. All right, so remove the name and we'll draw the third winner, which is the last winner. The last winner for today. Yeah, I know you can still see all your names in there, right? You can see all the names in there, right? But will you be the winner? Let's look at this. Let me spin the wheel and see who is the last winner over here to win this ticket with 498 ringgit. Our tax audit and investigation webinar with 498 ringgit. Is this person? Is it this person? Is it this person? Yes, it's Chang Long. Okay, Chang Long. Congratulations to you, Chang Long. You are the third and last winner. Congratulations. You get a ticket to our tax audit and investigation webinar with 498 ringgit. So congratulations to all three winners, Cham Lili, Iftan, and Chang Long. Please do drop us a message. Drop us a message to tell us that I'm here, I'm the winner, and then we will get in touch with you. We will, give that ticket over to you. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. And I know. Yeah, you probably say, this time I didn't get to win. But don't worry. You know what? 2 weeks from now, I'll be doing my tax Facebook Live again. Yeah, I'll be sharing more techniques. I'll be sharing more secrets. Right, 2 weeks from now, same time, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Right, every 2 Fridays, I'll be doing this. Join us. We will have more lucky draw. We will have more lucky draw. Yeah, so join us during the next 2 weeks from now, 11 o'clock on Friday. We will draw more winners, and hopefully you will be that lucky winner, right, to join our tax audit and investigation webinar. All right. Okay. So once again, thank you very much for joining our Facebook Live session today. It's really great to see so many people. Hope to see you again next time. And remember, go to my Facebook page, Tax Guru Zen Chow. Go like, share, and follow. Remember, like, share, and follow my Facebook page, and you will get to see all the previous episodes that I've shared in the video section. Yeah, just go to the video section and you will be able to view all of them. So till then, all right, stay safe, everyone. Have a good Friday. And have a good weekend ahead. Yeah. So once again, thank you. Stay safe. Stay at home. Yeah, I know the cases is now still coming up, right? So stay safe. Stay at home, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. Bye bye all.
相信我可以，有目标就往上爬。你相信你可以，勇敢的